Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to this week's episode of Tuesday Preppers, where we take a look at the news for FFBE and see what kind of content's coming out and talk about what kind of killers and units you might be able to use to take out some of the content that is coming out this week. This week we actually have 3 pieces of content, which compared to previous weeks is a massive increase. So we've got a little bit to talk about. We'll start with the first one, which is On the Hunt for Treasure. On the Hunt for Treasure is going to be your standard farming event, and this one is a dragon enemy, the red dragon. Now, despite the fact that it's a red dragon, it has a 50% weakness to fire and thunder. You can use all the breaks you want on it, and if we scroll down through here, we can see that gathering units, right, for the gathering category, are going to give you a bonus. What I did on stream tonight was take a look at the list of gathering units and put together, you know, I don't think this is necessarily going to be like super OP, but look at all these NVAs that you could take for gathering. So like Fran, actually I've got 2 Frans at EX3. Actually does have some fire ability in her kit, which is kind of nice. She's got fire arrows, and that's good because then she can target the boss. You know, we can chain on the boss a little bit. Galuf has fire support and, you know, can technically do a little bit of damage. Shadow can do a little bit of damage, and Balthier can do a little bit of damage. You know, we've got elemental shots for lightning. You know, we've got options. So, you know, but the point is, you know, lots of NVAs for gathering if you don't happen to have the real Neovisions units. Obviously you want to bring like friends that have, you know, strong bonuses, and you want to set friends with high EX levels. So, you know, make sure you set an NVA or something that's EX3 for gathering, so your friends can get the farming done. If you really want to be nice, you gear them for Dragon Killer, and pick somebody who can do fire damage or thunder damage. But there you go. The next piece of content that we're going to talk about is the EX fight. Now this is a little more interesting, I think. This is the Hell Knight at Tomb's End, which is right here. It's a Reaper enemy, the Dullahan, which is not the same Dullahan that we fight in the 12 types, but it has a lot of similarities actually, which is kind of cool. It has 30% fire resistance, 50% ice resistance, plus, so like it's weak to fire basically. You can use all the breaks you want on it. There is a mission for you to use all gathering units, and here's what it does. It's going to use AoE magic pretty much every turn that's ice damage. It's also going to hit you with an AoE physical on turns 1, 2, and 3, and then on turn 4 it's going to use like Cure on itself and some other stuff. It's going to use Holy at some point, but there's also a 100% ice in peril. So you want to make sure your magic cover tank has like 200% ice resist so that it can resist all the incoming magic. I did go ahead and put together a list or a team for this that I think is going to work well, and it's right here. So I've got you know, Locke, Treasure Hunter Locke, the new one, leading the party. We've got Lena for fire fields and doing a little bit of damage technically, Vaughn for breaking and fire and perils, General Celeste for magic cover. And then she's also got some options for chaining with Vaughn, I'll show you in just a second. And then Rosa for just like healing if we need to, as well as doing Reaper Killer for the party. You know, not surprising, Locke, you know, just kind of geared with all my best gear, 100% or, you know, full Reaper Killer and LB damage and true dual wield and all that stuff. He's also wearing Phoenix for Reaper Killer. Lena is just geared for evoke damage and LB damage, not surprising, right? There you go. Vaughn is geared for passive provoke evasion, and he also happens to have 100% holy resistance, and he's doing our breaking and stuff like that. Pretty cool. Celeste has ice resistance 130 and more than 200, or no, sorry, more than 200 ice and more than 100 holy, just in case. In case she tries to cover Vaughn for some reason. And she's also wearing Scarlet Wave so that she can chain with Vaughn if I can't get a friend to show up. That way we can chain and then kind of weave Locke into it, and that'll be kind of cool. The nice thing is both my Vaughn and my Locke are the same EX level, so they'll get their SLBs together on turn 4. And then Rosa, honestly, just wearing a bunch of MP, HP, and Spirit, MP cost reduction, and then just like, you know, whatever. There you have it. And so my goal is to try and grab a lock friend, but I will tell you that if we look at our list of units and go into, you know, Neo Visions and the Gathering, we can actually see that Richt is on this list, and honestly, Richt is probably going to completely destroy this entire trial. So either set a Richt or a lock. The reality, though, is that the boss is weak to fire and not weak to light, although you can use light safely. Anyways, you know, I'm going to use lock because it's Final Fantasy VI, and that'll be fun. And I've never had a chance to take lock to any trials, so I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, we'll have some fun with it. Now, the last piece of content that we have going on is Dark Visions. Dark Visions, the final boss is Dark Eleficaris, and it's a stone enemy. The Japanese version of this Dark Visions did not have any inherent weaknesses. I checked, but you know, who knows? Global could change that. But yeah, it's a stone enemy. From what I understand, its AI is pretty simple, and we just kind of set up and kill it. So that'll be fun. We'll have to look and see if it has any weaknesses on Thursday. Let's talk a little bit about the killers that you can grab this week. Stone Killer for Dark Visions, you can get that from Stroper Advanced, Stone Eater Sense from Archeo Avis. The various Darksteel armors, they're okay. Weapon Specialist from Wild Rose Furion, Scanning Goggles, Storm Bunny Jacket. You know, lots of options for Stone Killer. A little less common is Reaper. You know, Dullahan Advanced in the 12 Types Trial, and then also Stroper. He's going to get you Reaper Eater Sense. Conquering the Fear of Spirits with Scorn of the Ancient Hellbringer, pretty good item. And then some weapons and stuff like that. Not as many Reaper options. And there are certainly some good time-limited Reaper options, but as far as like free ones, there you go. And then, you know, Dragon, you know, this is for the King Mog, not that important, honestly, but there's a lot of Dragon Killer. These are the ones for Magic. Take a quick scan over, but Dragon Killer Plus is kind of the big one, as well as Dragon Eater Sense from Octomammoth. And then the same list automatically here for the physical type. But there's a lot of physical TMRs and STMRs for Dragon Killer. And there you have it. So 3 pieces of content. I'm planning on, you know, using the team that I just showed you, and we'll see if that works out for us on Thursday. And then depending on how it goes, you know, I'll record something. And then you know, maybe try out some different teams on Twitch Thursday night. So we'll probably also be working on Dark Visions Thursday night over on Twitch as well. So that'll be fun. Definitely come out and take a look. But that's pretty much it for right now. As far as the new unit goes, I talked about the new unit with Sinzar on the news this morning. I'm not terribly excited about it or planning on pulling. But, you know, maybe I'm missing something. If I'm missing something and you think Setzer is great, tell me why, and we can talk about it. But in the meantime, I'm going to go. And you guys be good to each other. Take care, and we'll see you on Thursday. Make sure you get your Dragon, Stone, and Reaper Killer. And if you've got a lock friend for me, definitely go ahead and set one up. And then we'll take a pair of locks to take out that Dullahan, that filthy Dullahan. In the meantime, be good to each other. Take care. We'll see you later.